Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome to MTN Outdoors. I'm Tom Buchanan, and I'll be your guide as we brave the cold and snow this week. Even inclement weather often doesn't keep Montanans inside. So if you're headed out, even just on a hike on one of your favorite trails, or for something a bit more strenuous and risky like backcountry skiing, remember to keep safety at the top of your priorities. In this next story, MTN's Jolie Sally has some good tips on how to keep yourself safe out there.
Winter weather is here, and anything can go wrong while you're out on the roads. So before you buckle up, you'll want to be prepared for the worst.
You just never know what kind of situation you'll be. Sometimes you'll just be driving in town, you'll have people to help you, but when you're going deep out anywhere in the state, you never know what kind of a situation you'll be put in.
Michael Shannon has lived in Bozeman for 4 years, so he's been driving in severe winter conditions for quite some time.
It's a little bit of an adjustment for me. I'm actually an out-of-stater originally.
Even though he's a seasoned winter driver now, that doesn't mean accidents don't happen.
Definitely, there's been a few times I've just been parked in not a good spot, and I've had like a BMW pull me out. Kind of embarrassing, but it happens. But I pulled plenty of people out as well.
Accidents like these are why Lieutenant Anthony Hutchings with Bozeman PD says you should always be prepared.
We're supposed to be hitting negative 30 possibly, so it doesn't take very long for your body to go into hyperthermia.
Hutchings says if you're ever stranded in your vehicle in freezing temperatures, having these items on you can be the difference between survival and serious harm.
Always good to have, an ice scraper, a shovel if possible, either jumper cables or, a portable jump pack.
Hutchings also says to carry kitty litter or bags of sand for traction, a flashlight, blankets and jackets, a cell phone and charger, first aid kit, tire chains, water, hand warmers, and even some snacks. Hutchings says this time of year, the general maintenance of your vehicle also makes a difference in keeping you safe. But it doesn't hurt to ask yourself.
If you really need to go somewhere, if not, maybe stay home.
But if you have to brave the cold,
just let people know where you're going. That way, if you don't arrive or, you're overdue, that they can call authorities and we can come try and help you or find you. So.
As for Michael Shannon, who works no matter the conditions, he says he'll always be prepared.
I'd rather be safe than sorry, just in case for emergencies, and not only for yourself, but helping out others on the road as well.
In Bozeman, Jolie Sally, MTN News.
Avalanche danger is always something to be aware of if you plan to go into the backcountry. But with all this new snow and freezing cold temperatures, it is more important than usual to be aware of avalanche dangers.
The weather definitely plays a role in it. We've had a lot of new snow in the last week, and also the last few days the winds have really picked up, and they've affected almost all elevations, and they're drifting snow into thicker, more dangerous slabs.
Avalanche danger across the Flathead is currently forecasted at considerable, or a level 3 out of 5. According to the Flathead Avalanche Center, conditions are complex and dangerous due to changing weather conditions.
If you do travel into the backcountry right now, it is really important to be able to identify avalanche hazard, so to stay off and out from underneath steep slopes.
The extreme cold will complicate any rescue efforts, so it is important to be prepared if you plan to go into the backcountry. The Flathead Avalanche Center would like to remind everyone to wear extra layers, bring plenty of food, carry an avalanche probe, beacon, and a shovel.
Temperatures are dropping into the negative 10s, 20s with high wind chills. So really any small issue you have, whether it's an injury or broken equipment, can make for a really high consequence situation. So keeping travel plans really simple and short is a good way to stay safe.
The Flathead Avalanche Center website is updated at 7 a.m. every day. Be sure to check conditions before you head into the backcountry. In Hungry Horse, Kiana Wilson, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, we'll bring you some of the impacts of the recent frigid temperatures, some with potential consequences more dire than others.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
When it's below zero, everyone needs a warm place inside to get out of the cold. But what happens if there's trouble accessing that heat? MTN's Ali Kaiser looked into complaints from multiple tenants of a Helena apartment building concerning their ability to keep themselves warm.
With a high of -14 this weekend, most Montanans look to stay inside the warmth of their home. But according to one former resident from the Fire Tower Apartments, the sub-zero temperatures outside are no different from inside their units.
MTN had multiple individuals contact us about a lack of heat in the Fire Tower apartment complex. Jane McFarlane is a retired social worker. She moved into the apartments in July of 2022 and moved out just last month. I asked her what winter was like for her last year.
My apartment got down below 50 inside, I know. So I heated mine with oven and contacted the management at the time, but they didn't have any extra heaters because they'd already given them out.
We spoke with maintenance at the building. They informed us management had purchased 10 new space heaters just this morning for impacted residents. The Fire Tower Apartments have 24 units total. The maintenance person also said residents are encouraged to use their electric stoves and ovens to help heat their units. According to McFarlane, Fire Tower Apartments uses Fujitsu mini-split heaters, and at the time she moved out in December, the complex had been unable to replace the boiler from the previous year.
The management at the time tried to turn the boiler on, and it flooded down into the garage and the apartments that were facing the east. And then I was told by the management that the boiler was condemned. And then I was told by other management that the boiler was condemned. And that yes, these Fujitsu mini splits don't operate in sub-zero temperature. So the backup plan was to put a new boiler into the building, which to my knowledge, when I moved out in December, that still wasn't done.
Fire Tower Apartments is an affordable housing complex that received funding in 2019 for rehabilitation. Part of it was funded by the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, and the project was led by United Housing Partners.
All of the parties, the powers that be that participated in the funding and the work in this building knew the reality of really what it's like for someone to live there. I mean, I've made comments, come spend a night. Because how it's advertised and how it's promoted is not the reality of what it's like to be there.
We reached out to management from Fire Tower Apartments. However, they did not respond in time for our story to air. Reporting in studio, Ali Kaiser, MTN News.
During the summer, folks in Townsen can head down to Heritage Park and soak up the sun and take a dip in the community pool right here behind me. But what about on days like this, where it's snowing sideways and in the single digits? Well, the Broadwater County Development Corporation is looking at creating a Townsen Community Center that everyone can utilize year-round.
The FWP said it the best with one of their project proposals is kids don't float. And it's an essential skill.
The Broadwater County Development Corporation took a look at and created committees for the top pressing issues facing the community, which include housing, childcare, aging gracefully, multi-use community center, trails, and broadband. While Townsen has a pool, it's outdoors and only accessible for a handful of weeks out of the year. The majority of the time, it looks like this, drained and deserted. Adam Six, board member with Broadwater County Development Corporation, says that a multi-use community center could offer the folks of Broadwater County an indoor pool, as well as indoor access to sports, such as basketball or pickleball. All of this does depend upon funding. Primarily, Six says that this indoor pool is necessary for the community's children. Six cited an issue that came up when the pool closed down temporarily.
There was a bottleneck of children ages 3 to 6 or 7 that didn't learn to swim, so we kind of had this big bottleneck, and it was just kind of things ebbs and flow sometimes. And where we didn't have the facility for a few years and then we had it again, we learned how valuable it was and how nice it is to have, especially for a community in this size range.
Six says that having an indoor aquatic center will not only allow young kids to learn the important skill of swimming, but also provide a space for the elderly to recreate while alleviating the pressure of gravity.
You can take weight off joints through water. People can move easier, people can function better and be healthier.
While this community center is a long way off from coming to fruition, the committee is looking for your feedback. If you're interested in providing your input, you can head to our website where we'll have the link. Reporting in Townsen, Tom Buchanan, MTN News. When you're trapped inside for enough time, you begin to get creative. With the temperature well into double digits below zero, cars have trouble starting, frostbite easily sets in, and wet materials freeze, well, really, really fast. MTN's Charlie Kleps spoke with some folks who got artistic outside with everything from pants to toilet paper.
It's a bit warmer Tuesday than it has been the last few days, and that frozen noodle trend just doesn't work as well as it used to. But for those that participated on Facebook and commented their post, it was a nice distraction from the frigid cold temps. As temperatures plummeted to all-time lows, many Montanans bundled up and stayed inside.
Well, next time it gets cold, I would like to try the ramen one.
But some, like Emma Sikowski, braved the cold, all in an effort to get a little creative.
I never did it myself, so it was cool to see how it planned out, yeah.
Sikowski captured this photo of her successful attempt to freeze a cup of ramen noodles, a feat that took her just 6 minutes. Her friend posted the picture to Facebook, and in just a hot second, it went viral.
We were just so cooped up this weekend that thought it'd be fun for him to do, and he was all for it.
Missoula resident Chelsea Linchuk says she tried the challenge with her son as a fun way to get outside.
I saw her post, and I was like, might as well add to the conversation here.
And so did many others.
I did see some of the noodles somewhere, and I thought, well, that's kind of cool.
Helena resident Seth Karkeek made his own video, but added a twist.
I wanted to do something different.
This was what he came up with, frozen toilet paper standing on its own.
It was just kind of a way to, like you said, make light of it and turn the lemons into lemonade.
And he wasn't the only one pushing the envelope.
I thought, I haven't seen anybody else do this on Facebook. We'll see if it's cold enough for it, right? Should be.
East Helena resident Jennifer Hedges froze these pants in her yard with her 2 children.
It turns into this laughing fest, and everybody's super happy and sort of forgets that it's so freezing cold that we don't want to go outside.
A nice distraction to the unbearable temps, and one that now has many, believe it or not, already looking ahead to the next cold snap.
Try and come up with something new to freeze next time it gets cold.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
It's a cold day in Billings. My watch right now is telling me it's -6 degrees outside. While many are bundled up indoors, some are out and about, proving these negative temperatures aren't stopping Montanans.
That's the sound of frigid temps. Negative-degree weather, forcing many to stay indoors. But for some Montanans, it's nothing out of the ordinary.
I like it. I know it's not going to last forever.
On Friday, the City of Billings Parks Department was hard at work. Flooding the grass, prepping the ice rink at Veterans Park. But on Saturday, the rink was empty. Downtown was a ghost town, as many were hunkered down in their homes. But one Billings business was bound to see action.
When you're living in Montana in this cold climate, one of the best things you can do is hop in a hot tub.
Montana Hot Spring Spas on Grand Avenue has been in business since the late 70s, selling thousands of hot tubs over the years.
We have thousands of customers, so we're the oldest and the largest hot tub company in Billings.
Owner Scott Prosiv said this time of the year is a great time to enjoy the outdoor spas.
The euphoric effect of 120-degree difference. It can be 102 degrees in the hot tub and 20 below in the outside ambient temperature, but that feeling, that extreme difference in temperature, plus the buoyancy of the water, the relaxation of just being in the environment of the water is a great place to be.
It's a way to enjoy the winter season while avoiding the negative effects like frostbite.
When you're stowed up inside and you can't get outside and enjoy the weather, hot water can allow you to just get in that hot tub, soak up to your chin, have that 10-15 minute soak and feel like a new person.
Many are dreaming of warmer weather, but for residents like Prosiv,
1, 2, 3.
Saturday was a day to soak in the season.
It has a reward at the end of the day. You can give out your all on the ski slope, you can go out and take a nice hike. It's extremely cold, breathe that fresh, clean air in, and then just allow yourself to know when you get home, you just flip the lid and hop in that hot water.
In Billings, Kelsey Boggs, MTN News.
It's easy enough for us humans to find shelter in artificially heated buildings and escape the cold. But what about those creatures without opposable thumbs? That and more coming up after the break.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
For our last few stories, we're bringing you the farm. It's been cold enough outside to even inflict frostbite upon those of us with multiple layers of clothing. But what about those without any extra clothing besides the fur on their back? Well, Haley Monaco visited a shelter that works to get homeless pets off the streets and out of the cold.
Here at Help for Homeless Pets, dangerously low temperatures over the weekend impacted them in a way they've never been before.
It was actually really rough, a lot of panic.
As the temperatures dropped to record lows outside, so did the temperatures inside the recently redone outdoor dog area at Help for Homeless Pets.
The water was frozen, the heat's not working out there.
Both the director, Angie Cook, and the operations manager, Ashley Burling, say the weather caused alarm, especially during a time when they are overcrowded and couldn't bring the dogs into their main shelter.
Every winter we haven't had trouble before. It kept everything nice and warm, but it wouldn't do it.
Before the frigid temps took over, another dog rescue was busy at work.
They won't survive this kind of weather.
Kristen Scalavi is a volunteer with Res Dog Rescue and says they took in 17 puppies before the cold hit, and they expect more calls soon.
We will be going back out once this cold snap kind of goes away and going and seeing what we can find as far as, if there's injuries, frostbite, hypothermia, that kind of stuff.
Both organizations rely heavily on the community. When their outdoor dog area became dangerously cold, Help for Homeless Pets immediately put out a call for fosters, and people stepped up.
Here I could foster a dog, and people started bringing heaters.
Those heaters allowed dogs to be back outside Monday.
The community stepped up so fast that I couldn't even keep up on my phone.
Both organizations still desperately need more fosters and adopters.
Secondarily, if you cannot foster or adopt, food is always good.
And Help for Homeless Pets is also asking the community to keep your eyes out for this vehicle that was recently stolen from a volunteer who was dropping off cats at the Heights PetSmart.
Anyway, that was in the mix of everything. But the main focus was to make sure all the animals were warm and taken care of, as warm as they could be.
In Billings, Haley Monaco, MTN News.
As of 2022, there are an estimated 250,000 mule deer in the state of Montana. The Montana Department of Fish, Wildlife and Parks is responsible for each and every one of them. As FWP revises its mule deer management plan, it's looking for some help.
So as we look to rewrite the plan for mule deer, Fish, Wildlife and Parks is looking to convene a Citizens Advisory Council specific to mule deer management in the state. And again, similar to how we've done it for other species, oftentimes these advisory councils will be specific to this phase in the process, and really our hope is to be able to solicit and gather public input in this process.
Jacobson says this is a chance for members of the public who are interested in Montana's mule deer population to become involved in the future management of those animals.
So much of what we do at Fish, Wildlife and Parks relies so much on public input and participation. And so this is one way that we're hoping that we'll be able to gather that input. So we're seeking applicants to that council, folks who are interested in providing input in this capacity as we look to the future of mule deer management in Montana, and we're hoping that we'll get some applicants for it.
Jacobson says FWP hoping to get a group of people from a nice cross-section of those interested in Montana's mule deer.
It's really just folks who are concerned or passionate or interested in mule deer management. So that could be folks could be hunters, could be landowners, outfitters, other publics in Montana who have an interest on this issue.
Successful applicants will have to meet at least twice for multi-day meetings between February and May of this year. Head on over to the FWP website for an application form and more information. Deadline to apply, January 31st. This week in Bozeman, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
I was told to euthanize her. That was going to be her best option.
Louise Schmidt was gifted a blind horse while she was in high school.
Leah was my first horse. I've never really trained a horse before, let alone a blind horse. Her and I had just a strong connection in the beginning and kind of stuck with it.
It took 3 years for Louise to be able to ride Leah, but now they go on adventures all over Montana.
I'm basically her eyes. We've gone on lots of adventures that most people wouldn't consider seeing a blind horse. There's still that capability of being a normal horse once that blindness comes to be a normal thing.
When Louise and her then fiance Corey were ready to add another horse to the family, they were planning on getting a sighted horse. That's when they came across Sadie online and began their ranch.
And it didn't even take a minute and he fell in love with her.
Sadie was going blind, but they opted to keep her anyway.
Both my husband and I had the thought at the same time once we got Sadie. It was like God telling us, both of us, it's in our hearts, this is my will for you, this is how it's going to be.
Now, as Les Haven Ranch, the Schmidts have 10 blind horses and a miniature deaf horse on their property in St. Ignatius. Some are rescues from kill pens and have gone blind due to trauma.
The ones we've rescued from the kill pen, it's pretty rough. And so bringing them here, they get training, they get treats, they get loved on, and it's like a start over.
People can visit the ranch to meet the herd, learn, and deeply connect with the horses.
It's pretty powerful when, people are hurting or dealing with rough stuff. Everybody goes through a hard life. Coming here and just receiving love, not just from horses, but horses that also have a hard life. Being able to relate to these animals, knowing that they're broken, I'm broken, but sharing that love and connection with one another.
And through watching the horses run and live freely, Les Haven seeks to inspire.
These blind horses can do all these things. Just think what you can do when you put your mind to it.
More information and the ability to donate is on our website. In St. Ignatius, Emily Brown, MTN News.
Well, thanks for joining me on this frigid journey across the state to see how Montanans are conquering the cold. While it should warm up from what it's been recently, it is still winter. I hope you stay safe out there amidst the snow and cold, and we'll see you right back here next week for more MTN Outdoors.